What's going on, guys? Asian guy here, back from the dead. I do apologize, guys. It's been a long time. I believe it's almost been 2 weeks since I last uploaded. In my very last upload, you could tell my voice. Woohoo! My voice was gone. It was not there. My throat was having a very bad time. Right now, I'm a lot better now. I am still coughing up a little bit here and there, but it's all good. Good enough for me to record, good enough for me to stream. I know I haven't been streaming a lot either. I do apologize, but I will be back. I will be back with a bang, because just look at what's happening. Look at this. Look at this madness. All right? Everyone knew it was happening. Everyone knew it was coming. We all predicted it, but at the same time, it's still freaking hype. Gear Force Superman, hashtag spoilers, that's why we're going to call him Superman for now. Although at this point, if you've already seen what he looks like, it really doesn't matter what he's called. And we've got KATAKURI as well. Are these guys going to be 6+ or Super Evolutions? Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it. I do not know for 100%. I'm going to say 90% they're most likely going to be a version 2 KATAKURI and a version 7000 gazillion Luffy. I know there's so many Luffys in the game. Legend Luffy, I believe, makes up almost 10% of all the legends now. Log Luffy, Time Skip Luffy, Luffy X Ace, Gear 4 Luffy V1. I mean, if you want to count Gear 4 Luffy 6+ as well, and then you got the V2 Gear 4 Luffy. If this is another Luffy, then Jesus, you know, we've got a whole bunch of Luffys going on. That's not a bad thing, though. He's the main character, and that artwork, very nice. Very nice. KATAKURI's one, though, I gotta say, is a little bit underwhelming. I know it's his battle stance and whatnot. It's true to the manga, but at the same time, you know, he kind of looks pretty lame here, you know. He looks like he's got his ass cheeks clapped and whatnot. I'm not about that. And he's rocking that, like, 10 billion pack or whatever it is, those abs. But at the same time, I can't be saying this guy's my daddy. I can't be saying that. Anyway, that random gist aside, we also have what seems to be like treasure map. I was going to say KATAKURI, but treasure map KAIDO, which is pretty huge as well. I'm going to guess this guy's going to have one of the highest attack stats in the game. We have a new function in the game, version 9.00. The maintenance just finished, or I say just finished, it finished ages ago. With a support system, I will go over that at the end of the video, because it's going to be a little bit tricky and it doesn't apply to global players in any way, shape or form right now. And we also have the next sugo-fest is going to be the Holy Night sugo-fest or something like that, or the Maiden sugo-fest, I don't really know. It's the waifu sugo-fest. The first time we're going to have a re-release of a treasure map booster unit, which is the Robin, which is pretty good news, because a lot of the treasure map mode units, actually some of them are pretty useful, and a lot of people are worried they never come back. Looks like we are able to have them back, although this was based on a poll, on a vote. So that's interesting, but we are going to have Wedding Boa. I believe that's Swimsuit Perona. We have Cherry Blossom Koala and the treasure map mode Robin there. All there in a sugo-fest. They are rated up, but what I'm going to say, guys, is this is a very big trap. Because you can see right here, the main prize, right? Don't think with your packages down there. Please think with your brains. Not with your hearts, not with your penises. Think with the brain. Because look at this. This is going to be the New Year's sugo-fest, and it's going to be absolutely insane. And you're going to want all the units for the treasure map mode KAIDO. Alright? Listen to me. Listen to me. Don't pull on this waifu sugo-fest. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Global players now. Global players. You guys are getting a fantastic sugo-fest. But at the same time, I gotta say, it's a bit of a trap. Voice crack. It is a little bit of a trap. And the reason I say that is because the anniversary, 4-year anniversary for Global, is coming in less than 2 months. February is when it starts. I believe it's gonna start around Valentine's Day. Wait, actually, maybe there might be a Valentine's sugo-fest. It might in fact be specifically 2 months on this day. The 21st of February, I don't know, it's around that time period. But Global is going to have that anniversary. So if you end up blowing 210 gems here for Lucy, that's 210 gems you're not going to have for the anniversary. Having said that, you are guaranteed Lucy after 5 multis, and it's not even 250 gems, it's 210 gems with 2 discount multiples on the first multiple, and I believe either the second or the fourth multiple. Probably the fourth multiple is a discount multi, and I believe all gold, 2 times legend rate up. It is kind of like an anniversary sugo-fest. But what I'm going to say, guys, if you have any of these legends, regardless or not if you want to go for Lucy, so if you do have Lucy, obviously don't pull. We have V2 Sanji, you have V2 Gear 4 Luffy, If you have Legend Robin, you have V2 Aokiji, V2 Kainu, V2 Shanks, V2 Rayleigh. I know I'm missing someone. There are other good legends out there. Frankie is pretty good as well. If you have any of those legends on global, then please do not pull on the sugo-fest. Actually, let me rephrase. If you have any of those legends on global and you have good teams, for those legends, then do not pull on this sugo-fest. You will regret it. I know there's a bunch of secret characters in the sugo-fest, but at the end of the day, most of them, voice crack again, they're going to be sitting in your box and collecting dust. Although, a lot of good eye candy. I mean, that Trafalgar Law, I know you guys can see him in the corner there behind Sanji. That Trafalgar Law is a very, very nice suit. It's a very, very nice, and the Rayleigh as well. Oh, very, very nice suit. But if you're not a whale, and you're not a collector whale, then please don't put on this sugo-fest. Maybe one multi-pull, but please leave it at that. I do not think this sugo-fest is a good idea to pull on when anniversary is right around the corner. The sugo-fest, it's a fantastic sugo-fest, but the anniversary one is going to be even better. And I know this is a thing that a lot of people are bringing up now. I touched on it before on the previous sugo-fest video for global that I was talking about, is that if you're a global player and you know what's coming on Japan, you're going to be stuck in this endless loop of, when do I pull? Should I pull on this sugo-fest? But I want to wait for that legend. Then I want to wait for that legend. And then want to, you know, and it's just going to go on and on and on. And you're going to be in this endless cycle. What I will say is, there is never, ever, ever a better time to pull outside of the anniversary. The anniversary is always, like statistically speaking, when it comes to legends and rated up units, they are always the best sugo-fest to pull on. There's normally like a New Year's sugo-fest on Japan. I'm not sure how it works on global. I don't think global has a New Year's sugo-fest. But outside of anniversary, I do not think it's worth pulling. Because remember, global, unlike Japan, has sugo-fest which include limited rare recruits as well. I remember on the anniversary sugo-fest, it was the limited rare recruits involved. I got Lucy on that sugo-fest. I got limited rare recruit Bonnie. Amazing, amazing pulls. So do keep that in mind. Limited rare recruit units are better than secret units. Do not be tempted by that Tashigi. She ain't even thick, right? She's not even thick in the Santa costume, all right? Keep that in mind. Don't think with your Pikages. Think with your brain. Think with your OPTC brain. Now that aside, that aside, I've already covered this. It does seem like there's going to be like a blitz battle or some sort of VS battle versus Luffy, between Luffy and also between Katakuri. Not sure how that's going to work. I'm not sure if you can pick which team you're on. It might be based on your ID. I hope that's not the case, because I'm pretty sure, I mean, I would like to be on the winning side, because the winning side typically gets a free legend. What is most likely going to happen, guys? Are you okay, Jojo? Jojo's trying to sleep in front of me here, guys. Well, actually, I can't show you my crotch because I may or may not be wearing any underwear. But yeah, Jojo's sleeping here. There you have it. That's my crotch aside. Gear Force Superman, that's what I'm going to call him. Gear Force Superman versus Katakuri. It's going to be a blitz battle. I have no idea what their abilities are. Not sure if they're super evolutions or not. I don't think they're going to be super evolutions, because in the past, when the super evolutions, Frankie, Sanji, Enel, Judge, when all of those were leaked in V-Jump, they always specifically said super evolution. This time around, they're just saying it's going to be featured in a sugo-fest. So I'm pretty sure there's like a V7 Luffy, V2 Katakuri, which kind of makes me salty and not salty at the same time. It makes me salty because I really like Katakuri, and if it was a V2 Katakuri, that's okay with me, because I don't even have V1 Katakuri. If it was 6+ Katakuri, I would have been a little bit salty because I don't have a V1 Katakuri. This means there's 2 Katakuris for me to pull now. With Luffy, I do have a duplicate of the V2 G4. I just pulled him last sugo-fest, if I'm not mistaken, or the sugo-fest before that. So I would have had a side grade option there. But yeah, that is exciting stuff to come. Kaido is going to be pretty immense as well. I demoted to East Blue. I didn't do a single run on Treasure Map Mode Nami. Demoted to East Blue. In fact, I don't even know if I'm repeating this, guys, because I have no idea if I mentioned this earlier in the video, but this is like my 7th take, my 8th take, so I'm not sure if I've even talked about this already. But I demoted into East Blue. I know the chests aren't going to be as good, the rewards won't be as good in East Blue, but it means I can just use one single team, max point team, and absolutely blast my way through this treasure map mode, get a high ranking, and then demote all the way back down. And then when I demote all the way back down, then it's easy for me to farm Limit Break EXP, because I am really, really low on EXP potions, on Limit Break potions. That kind of sucks. And yeah, that's a lot of stuff happening in Japan. Global also has Neko Mamushi Fortnite incoming. I think that was the only news announced for game content-wise, but it's actually a very good Fortnite, so do farm that. That is the news over, guys. That's a lot to digest. Gear for Superman, Katakuri. I really hope I can pull him, or pull them. I really hope you guys can pull them as well. These are very, very hype artworks for Luffy anyway. I'm not a big fan of Katakuri artwork there with the 8-pack. I'm looking forward to seeing a leak of the Kaido. It's just so hype. It's so hype, it's leaving me breathless. And now the next part, the little bit confusing part, it's the support function introduced into One Piece Treasure Cruise of the recent patch, version 9.0 on Japan. So, let's hide all of this. Version 9.0 on Japan. So as you guys can see here, we have a bunch of support slots next to all of these units. Now, support abilities are very interesting. So for example, if you want to sort your units by support, the very first one being favorites, you go all the way down to the bottom, the one on its lonely lonesome there is the support function. This will support all your units into units that have support abilities. Bear in mind, only the final evolved version, excluding super evolution. So if you have a 3-star unit, you have to have it in 4-star unit to see the support ability. If you have a 5-star unit, it's gonna have, or if you have a legend, then you can't see the support ability unless it's super evolved or evolved. So in a 6-star or 6+ version, so do keep that in mind. These units have specific units, other units that they can attach themselves to. So let's see, let me show you an example. So Nami, Legend Nami here. If we click on a support icon, it's the one underneath, basically directly underneath your gems in blue. She can be attached to Luffy, Chopper, and Carrot. And then let me attach her to Carrot. Alright, so we pick here. As you can see here, all of these people are grayed out because you can't attach any of these people. Wait, why can't I attach Carrot? Wait, none of them. Ah, okay, so the reason I can't attach Carrot is because I don't have any levels I don't have any levels in my Nami support ability. So unfortunately, the support abilities, they don't unlock straight away. You do not start off with level 1. Once you feed a dupe, and it has to be from the same evolution tree, so I have to feed a dupe Legend Nami to get her support ability to even activate in the first place. Then I can attach her to either one of these, Luffy, Chopper, or Karen. Now this is going to be a bit of a problem for players that can't read Japanese, obviously, because it's going to be tricky to work out which units can work out which units can be attached to which units. But if you use the database, link in the description down below, they are compiling a list of how all of these support units work, what their support abilities are. If you would like to contribute any translations as well, link in the description down below. The people doing work on the database, God bless you guys, you are doing God's work. Looking at Sonia, Marigold. Naturally, she can only be attached to Sonia. In fact, I'm a little bit surprised she can't be attached to Boa Hancock. But she, at the moment, can only be attached to Boa Sonia. So yeah, the best one I've seen so far, support ability, is Luffy. Gear 4 V2 Luffy. And he can be attached to all characters in the game. And he will give plus 9% of his own base stats, if I'm not mistaken, or of his own stats to the target unit stats. So that's a very hefty increase, 9% of his HP, that's like 400 HP, 9% of his attack, 9% of his recovery as well. So keep that in mind, that's very, very nice. If it does include Limit Break and also Cotton Candy, that's a lot of stats. That's a lot of stats, but I do believe it says base stats, so do keep that in mind. Pretty insane update. I have to say I actually like it a lot. It gives me more reason to keep my legend dupes instead of selling them off to the Rayleigh shop for 5,000 Rayleigh points. Now, if you have a dupe, it could be a potential skill up, a good socket, a potential good socket, a limit break socket, and also, what am I missing here? And also support ability, of course. So 4 different things that a dupe is useful for now. Silvers also have decent support abilities. That's worth keeping in mind. Silvers that evolve into golds, you might want to keep 5 dupes of those. And the original copy, so 6 copies, feed them in to have the max support ability. All of the silvers, if I'm not mistaken, do have these support abilities, so keep that in mind. Again, if you are not sure what the support abilities are, go and check the link in the description down below, optc.db, it's the database. God bless you guys working on the database. I'm a little bit tired. I'm not used to making videos at the moment because I did take a break, but thank you guys for all of you guys that wish me well, the guys that sent me love in the comment section. I do apologize for not replying to any comment section comments in the past week or so. As you guys know, I was not feeling well. I decided to try and stay away from the internet as much as possible. So there you guys have it. A lot of insane stuff happening on both global and Japan. Global players, please, if you have a top tier legend, the ones I mentioned earlier in the video, please, please, please do not put on this sugo-fest. February, literally 2 months away for the big sugo-fest, most likely going to include limited rare recruits as well. If it doesn't, you can come for my testicles, you can come for my head, come for my neck, whatever you want, but at the least it's going to be a fantastic sugo-fest then. Japan, do not pull on the wife sugo-fest, please. Please, like, I am begging, do not pull on this. Do not pull on this hot garbage. It is hot garbage. Alright, don't pull on this. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to hashtag Danke with a bellissimo. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. Well, my voice is going again. And bye-bye. Love you all. Bye-bye.